Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the top stories for the day. The Indian Air Force is going to hold a big multinational aerial exercise over its western desert, which will include forces from countries including the US. The multinational exercise is being planned to be held around the last quarter of 2023, where the air forces of around 10 to 12 countries are expected to participate, government sources said. The exercise would see the participating air forces carry out complex aerial missions involving a large number of aircraft from these countries. Apparently writing off the International Monetary Fund program, Pakistan Finance Minister Ishaq Dar has hinted at the government's so-called Plan B working immediately next month on rescheduling the bilateral external debt of over $27 billion, Pakistan-based news agency reported. While addressing the post-budget news conference, Dar ruled out any talks about restructuring external debt with multilateral agencies or Paris Club, as it is not a dignified thing to do. He said that Pakistan will not bother multilaterals, adding that, quote, rescheduling Paris Club loan is not on our menu. At least 10 people were killed while 11 others have been rushed to the hospital after a bus carrying wedding guests rolled off a road in the Hunter Valley region of Australia's New South Wales late on Sunday night, Australia-based news resources reported, citing police. Emergency services were working overnight at the crash site on Wine Country Drive near the Hunter Express off-ramp at Creta. In a statement, police said that initial inquiries indicated 10 people had died, with 11 people taken to a hospital via helicopter and road. Furthermore, 18 passengers escaped unhurt. 3 British tourists have gone missing after a fire erupted in a boat they were travelling on in the Egyptian Red Sea on Sunday, sources reported. Rescuers are carrying out a search for the 3 missing tourists. As many as 27 people, including 15 British tourists, were on board the boat off the coast of the city of Marsa Alam, where the incident took place. Of those, 24 people, including 12 British tourists, were rescued, while the search for the other 3 is being carried out, the report said. An annual report by the United Nations Analytical Support and Sanctions Monitoring Team for the United Nations Security Council Committee has criticized what it considers the return of Taliban to exclusionary policies of the late 1990s, Afghanistan-based sources reported. According to the report, the threat of terrorism is growing in Afghanistan. It said that there are indications that the Al-Qaeda is rebuilding operational capability. The report said that the Taliban, under the leadership of Hibatullah Akhundzada, has reverted to exclusionary, Pashtun-centered autocratic policies of the Taliban administration of the late 1990s. Ahead of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ensuing state visit to the United States, a New Jersey-based restaurant has readied a special Modi Ji Thali as the Prime Minister Modi will be arriving in the US. Prime Minister Modi will embark on his first state visit to the US at the invitation of President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden in June. The US President and the First Lady will also host Modi at a state dinner on June 22nd. PM Narendra Modi will become the first Indian PM to address the joint meeting of the US Congress for the second time. Now for some local stories, the Department of Environment and Al-Wusta Government, in cooperation with the Department of Biological Diversity at Authorities General Office and the Office of Environmental Conservation, carried out field studies and surveys in the Arabian Oryx Reserve in the Wilayat of Haima. The surveys aim to identify the different environments in the study area and the types of wildlife in them, and to establish a database of the fungal species and the ecosystems in which they live, to serve as a reference and basis for developing plans and programs to preserve wildlife and preserve natural systems. Oman Meteorology has urged people to avoid going to the sea and practicing marine activities from today, Monday, June 12, till Wednesday, June 14, 2023, due to the high sea waves on the coast of the Sultanate of Oman. Oman Meteorology added that fishermen are also required to be careful while handling their boats during the period. Those are the top stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.